I want to dig a little bit deeper.
Sure.
I want to understand, you talk about prosperity and you talk about prosperity in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Given where we are, obviously you know this and I know this, it's not easy, right? How do you take us from point A to point, whatever it is, Z? What are the concrete plans that you have, besides the theoretical approach that you already touched on? What gives you comfort that you can do this within the next 20, 30, 40 years?
First, you have to also see that things are actually working out for us geopolitically. In the next decade and a half, China is going to be either the first or the second richest economy in the world, biggest, and India is going to be the third. That's like saying Nepal is between US and Canada in the next decade and a half. So it's going to be one of the centers of the world. It's going to be in the one of the centers. So that possibility makes it a fact that you need a prepared leadership that can take advantage of that fact, right? And that's where we're building our own foreign policies. That's why we're training our leaders so that we can harness this two neighbors and build an interdependent economy based on this. So that's one thing. The other point I earlier pointed out is Nepal is a very young country, and a very young country with 3 to 5 million people, which is larger than the population of, I think, Holland and UAE, who are actually developing first world nations. So you can harness and connect these people who have these skills.
Right.
So I think these two reasons, and the youthfulness of this country, what is the missing piece is the prepared leadership. So for that to happen, we're building the kind of leadership we have a leadership building academy within the party, which is actually connected and which is connecting with all the premier leadership building institutions of the world, so that we can have the right governors for our country. And then the next step along the way is to start winning local elections, because we believe that unless you know how to build a village or a city, you cannot claim that you can build a nation. And the next local elections is due within the 6 to 18 months. So that's where we have taken a whole new vision of how to build our cities into one of the most beautiful cities in the world. So that's the path that we're taking into making sure Nepal becomes a prosperous country within our generation.
So to add on to that, basically our goal is to win local elections, and what we have felt, or when we meet with other people, what we have realized is that a lot of people are following us. A lot of people know what we are trying to do. A lot of people are very aware of the situation in the country, like not just youths within the country but abroad as well. So this is actually possible because of social media, whatever we have been using to kind of market to the mass, and it means that more people are aware, and due to empowerment of women and children, education, the country is leading to a stage where they can no longer be fooled by rhetorical promises of the major leaders or the current leaders. So we really strongly believe that as more and more people, or as Nepalese go on and get exposed to the forces of globalization, they're going to realize that Bibeksheel Nepal is that alternative force that has that winning chance, and they should no longer be voting for the same leadership again, but rather looking at this new generation of leaders and be part of it. So because of the technological advancement within the country, we truly believe that we will be able to accomplish whatever we've been looking at in terms of winning local elections, and then being able to get this into action. And when people are able to see our delivery and performance, we'll be able to attract that critical mass of positive mindset, and then after that it'll be just unstoppable. It'll be there before we know it. So we are very positive about the change that that we are trying to bring, and of the new generation.